Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I think I have a pretty fun project. You might recognize these things if you're of a certain age. If you're too young, maybe not. The lovely things that we used to get when we had to drop off our film to get photos processed. I happened to be going through some boxes and I found these. Some lovely old film strips, negatives, all stuck together, of course. Oh, that one came off finally. And photos. So, I don't know if, you can feel my pain on this one here. These were the pictures on the roll. Like, everything was bad. This was a trip to Disney back in 2002. We were at the Wilderness Animal Kingdom, where you go for the ride. And I got so many shots of bad stuff. Like backs of heads, over-processed. Oh, look, I got one at the castle. Pretty in pink, over-processed. Yeah, so over-processed. I don't know what that was. So the fun of when we used to have to bring in our film and not know what we got. But so when I saw this and I went, well, this could be kind of cool to make as a flip out. So I deconstructed it and I came up with a prototype where it is the negative place, the picture place, etc. I played with it a little bit more and got one that was good. So here is a final one. I'll show you how to do it. So I have not that I would use it for this, but you can see this is where the negatives were. So you could easily put some sort of tag in there, and where the pictures went. Lovely picture of a horizon. Put that. Of course, I probably don't have. You got a journal card, nice hefty size journal card. You have a smaller tag in there. Perfect. This flips open upside down. I covered this inside part. You can journal, add a little decoration. Could cover that to journal in. These are 5 inches wide, so they'll fit perfectly on a page. You can glue them in, clip them in, stick them in a belly band, but just fun. So let me show you how I did this. All right, get that out of the way. Okay, so what I did to start this is I took some digitals, I double printed them front and back, and I've cut them down to 7 inches tall by whatever they are long. So these are 7 inches, these are 7 inches. So let's start with this set. Now what you want to do is we're going to finally get to 7 by 17. Now this is obviously longer than 7 by 17 because digitals are, what, 11? So I probably got about 20 after I cut the white parts off the side. But we really only need 17. So we're going to glue them together to make my 7 by 17. Now you want to decide how you want the top to flip. So on this one, I had the top flip this way. So if I want this on the front, and I want it to flip that way, I would put it, so I would glue this side. If I wanted to flip this way, I want to glue that side. So you want to keep whatever side you want to flip up not glued, is basically what I'm getting to. So since I flipped that way, I think I'll flip this way. Okay. All right, so I printed generic-y kind of stuff on the backs of each of these. I could have went with just a plain tea-dye, lines, white if you want the inside to be white, because what you're going to see that would be white, this part would be white, and this part would be white. That's what you would see. The rest of this is the wraparound pretty colors. Okay? So if you just want scrapbook paper, something white on the back, you can definitely do that. If you want something printed, double-sided will work. Okay, so I'm going to glue these together. And I'm going to put this one on top because I want to see that full page. If I didn't care, I could put this one on top, but I do want that on top. So I'm going to put a strip here on the top side of this one, and I'm going to put one on the bottom side of this one, You can overlap a bit, you can overlap a little. It doesn't really matter because, like I said, we got to cut it down to 17. So we got a little bit of room to play. But what I do want to try, is to get this to be straight as possible. All right. So like I said, if you put the strip of glue on the back side of this, where the Z is, and you put it on the top of that, this overlap should get glued just fine. Okay. Okay. So, like I said, we're going to want to get it down to 8 by 17. And get my little pen here. And we're gonna mark that we're gonna cut right there. Now I can see it. Okay. Get my trimmer out. Okay. Save that for something because it's cute. Might use it on the inside somewhere or on another project. Okay, so hopefully you're with me so far. 7 inches tall, 17 wide. Okay, I'm gonna throw this pin on here because we're gonna be scoring, not gluing for a little bit. Okay, I only have a tiny little scoreboard. If you have a bigger one, that would be nice, but if you don't, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to start with the part that is not the front. So this is the part that is not the front. If I glued it in reverse, I'd have to flip it around if this was not the front. But this is going to be, it sort of is the front because it wraps around, but this is the front full page. Like I call that the front, this is the front. Okay? All right, so the first score we're going to do is we're going to score at 2 1/4. All right, so we're going to put a little score there. 2 1/4. Okay, the next one is 5 1/4. We're going to do that, 5 1/4. I think I just jumped the rail. 5 1/4. Okay, all right, now we're going to flip it to this side. Our first score is going to be at 3 1/2. So that is going to be to here. 3 1/2. Okay, now this is where, if you have a bigger scoreboard, it could change. I'm going to fold it in because I have to score the next one at 8 1/4, but I don't have 8 1/4, I have 8. So if you have a big scoreboard, you score at 3 1/2. I score 3 1/2, yeah, score at 3 1/2, and then 8 1/4, but I don't. So I'm going to score at 3 1/2. I'm going to fold it in, and then I'm going to score at 4 3/4. Which basically, if you add 3 1/2 and 4 3/4, you get the 8 1/4. Just I do not have a big enough scoreboard to do it. Okay? And we'll do it one more time. Just so you can, and I can write the measurements down in the description if you want me to. Okay, so the first one we scored, we are going to fold up, which is that, and that is this guy. If you want a little thumb notch, you can do it now. If you don't want a thumb notch, that's fine, but since it was 2 layers, I thought a thumb notch was good for that. Okay, then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to fold it back. And then we're going to flip it back, and we are going to do the last fold. And that one was already folded because of the score line. And there we go. It is folded. Like, who knew it would be that quick, right? Okay, to glue. We are going to fold up, glue the, I'm going to call it the negative pouch, because that's where the negatives were. Just down the 2 sides. We're going to glue the negative pouch. Try not to get too much glue squished out. And then we're going to open where the photos would be. And we're going to glue that pouch. Now I did not I do not, my first prototype that I ever did on this, I did a thumb hole for there too, because I think it was thought it was going to be similar to this, where it's a pouch, but forgot to realize that when you open it, they put a hole in there. So we don't want to thumb hole that one, because when you open it for future writing space, you have a hole. So there we go, a little crooked. I'm gonna straighten that sucker out a little bit. There we go. All right, so we have one adorable photo sleeve pocket. Now I did round the corners on this. This scrap paper is a little hard to round, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that with the rounder on this. We have that. If we wanted to put some blank, glue some blank paper there or something, could do that. Put some blank paper in here, you could do it. I have been just putting it on this part so it's not in the fold. This has been about 6 by 2.5. This was just a rough piece, so obviously it's not 6 by 2.5, but it fits inside of that fold nice. Keep putting that one upside down. Fits inside of the fold nice, and still has a nice writing spot. But if you wanted to, where'd my first one go? My prototype seems to be missing. Huh. I wonder where she went. Where'd she go? Where'd you go? Huh. I'll track it down when I don't want to see it. Aha. This prototype, you can see I put some washi tape on there because underneath here is a hole. I did put a whole piece of paper on this one to write. The measurements are a bit off on this one. I folded it several times to get it right. Originally I had it a little closer, then I moved it up so you could see more. It's not. These are even now. Well, that one's not. Oh, I think I changed it to 3.5. Yeah, switch the numbers a little bit, but I still have that in there. But I did do a whole sheet there that you could write on, whereas this one I did just part of one. So you got options on this, for sure. All right, so like I said, if you wanted to put, if you don't want to have any journaling spot, you do not have to. This can truly be some place to decorate if you wanted to. So, but. There it is, so cute. So let us do a second one so you can get the measurements going good for sure. And then I'll show you one more option for these to go. Okay, so do I want the 73 in front or the 875 in front? I think I want the 73 in front. So if I want the 73 in front, I'm gonna have to glue this down. I think I want that on the inside because it looks a little more writable. So we're gonna glue that to there. Okay. Well, hopefully your day is going well. We've had a busy day. Had to hit Walmart for some supplies. That's always fun. Bought a new recliner chair today because the old one was getting kind of bad. So we had to haul that out of the car by ourselves. Now let me tell you, those chairs are heavy, but we did it. We're crooked. There we go. That's better. Okay. Now it's a little off up there, but I can snip that. And scissors. So yes, I'm starting this video just a little later than I thought I would, but it's all good. There, now it's even. Okay. All right, so we glued the two pieces that are 7 inches tall from the digitals, and we are going to determine 17 inches to cut it off. And 17. This pen is really not very good. But it's making enough of a mark for me to see. Okay, little trimmer. Let me tell you, I'm so happy I got this a while back because I have that big one. And let me tell you, this is so much easier to come out. All right, there's the mark. Kind of blending in with the stuff. Okay, and we'll save that. Beautiful. Okay, all right. So if you wanted to mass, this would be so easy to mass make once you print them. Go through and glue all these together. Let them dry a bit. Some folds and some glue, and you are done. So these would be very easy, great pockets to mass make. Okay, time to score. All right, so we're going to take the part that is not the front. That's the front. So we're going to take this part, and we are going to score at 2 1/4. Boom, boom, boom. 2 1/4. And 5 1/4. I really tried to make them a little easier, you know, full inches and stuff, but these really worked out well. Okay, all right, so then we're gonna flip it over to the part we want as the front, and the front flip over is 3 1/2. 3 1/2. Okay, all right, so we're gonna flip that. Okay, and the next one is 4 3/4. 4 3/4. And again, if you have a full mat, a full one that's longer, you can do 8 1/4. But I have a smaller one, so 4 3/4. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with the first one we did, and we're going to flip that up. That's the front negative. We're going to flip it back onto itself, and then we're going to come and flip it back. Boom, that one's cute, I like that. When I did print the, I should say, when I chose the digitals, I tried to get ones that were similar in colors to accent them. Like this one, this had blues in there, and that's why I decided to print this blue geometric. I thought it was a good accompaniment for that one. And the same with my first sample that I did, where I had this scrapbook digital of berries. Can't really, it's all glues, I can't really open it. All berries and stuff, but it had leaves. So the other one that I printed, I found had leaves also. And these again were just generic-y kind of backgrounds, distressed, but it had a little bit of green in there, so I thought that was kind of cool. Same with this one, the back. Oh, this didn't have too much blue in it, but it was just basic colors. This one, since this was the first, this is the first one I printed out, so it had the red and beige tones. This background had some reddish. Same with this digital for this side, had a bit of red tones to it. So that's how I decided what to do it, so that they complement each other, but we're not totally matchy-matchy. Okay? All right, so once again, I'm gonna flip up the first side we did, flip it over, flip it back, and done. All right, so we're going to throw a thumb hole. Not necessary, I just thought it was a good thing to do since it was a separate little pouch. If you want to distress, these would be a good time to do that because they're not all glued together. Especially the part where we're not going to make a notch and it's a pocket. Throw a little bit of color on there. Not the worst thing in the world to do. All right, don't need to do too much. It's pretty distressy. All right, so glue. We are going to glue the negative pouch. photo pouch. And done. Super cute. Super cute. All right, so the variants I wanted to show you is if you don't have digitals and you have no way to print them, like I said, if you had scrapbook paper, you could use that. If you have like 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, let me show you. I am going to take let's see. I'm going to pull out here. That's kind of boring. Well, that could be kind of fun. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it down to 6 inches instead of the 7 because it's 12 by 12. I'm going to do 6 inches, and I'm pretty sure that this has, yeah, the circle. I got to get rid of the strip. Okay. So we have 2 6-inch pieces of paper here. Now, I'm gonna put these together just because, to save on scrapbook paper, but I just wanna show you the prototype I did of the 6-inch. So this 6-inch one, I did take similar double-sided paper, but I did 2 different kinds on here. There's this one with the background and some advertisement, and then this one had advertisement and bigger words. But I did do the same thing. But these are 6 inches tall instead of the 7, just to save, again, paper. And this is totally still doable and ends up being still about the 5 inches wide to fit in a page. So it is a great size for things to go in there. Just obviously the pockets would be a little smaller for tags to put in. So, all right, so we're going to do the same thing as we did on the other ones. And I'm guessing I probably want the music to go on the top and flip it over. So, but I think I'm going to just, because they are the same piece of paper, I'm just going to reverse them here. No, I'm going to do it this way. No. Make up your mind, Lisa. All right. Think about this for a second here. I put the 2 pretty sides together because then the pretty side comes up. Yes. So we're going to do it this way, and then that pretty side will be up, so we want to do it this way. Okay. Because I want that to be the front negative pocket. Gosh, I hope that works correctly. I'm thinking it does. All right. And more blue, and more blue. And we'll try to get straight as much as we can. Okay. Now this paper, being the double-sided cardstock, is definitely thicker in the end. The ones with the digitals, obviously depending on what size or what weight you use for paper, is definitely a little bit thinner for it, but definitely doable. The ones with the cardstock are definitely thicker, but still work. Okay. All right, now class, what do we do when it sticks? Whoops. Whoops. Okay, hopefully that's going to be covered up. We will make sure it's covered up. Okay. All right, so if I want this to be the front. Let me use this the correct way. Okay, want that to be the front. We'll go ahead and mark this at 17. 15, 16, 17. Mark that at 17 to trim. I buried my cutter underneath my scorer. Oh gosh, there you are. Okay. Okay, so this is 17 by 6. All right, time for the scoreboard. Now if I want, this is going to end up being a little bit more looking like this page because I cut it off. If I wanted to maybe snip a little off of here, because normally this is 12 versus it started out with like 10.5 for the digital. There's a lot more here and I cut a lot more off. I could cut a little bit off here and then made it 17, but I'm not going to worry about something like that. I'm fine with this being as it is. Okay, so first one on the part that's not the front, 2 1/4. It's going to go right there. All right, this one's a little bit thicker, so we'll do it a couple times. And then we're going to do 5 1/4, and that is right on the seam, which it should be fine because that glue is great. Okay, so now we're going to flip it around. And we are going to score the first one at 3 1/2. Okay, and now, like I said, we will fold it up to do our 4 3/4. Okay. All right. Now, we're going to take our first one and we're going to fold it up. We're going to flip it over and we're going to fold it. This will be on the back, so if I glue it in, no one will ever see it. Oops. Did I do it the wrong way? No, I did it the right way. Okay. So then I fold it up, and then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to fold it there. Thicker paper, it needs a little bit more finessing to stay folded. And boom. Well, isn't that pretty? I like that. Okay, so we can do the same thing and put the hole in there. Now, since this is thicker, we can go ahead and round this without a problem. Just gives it a little bit different. Did you get crooked? There we go. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, that's a little better. If I wanted to, I could probably, it's glued down. I probably could round this if I wanted that edge to go good. But it will make this pocket just a little bit smaller. But I think with this pocket, I think it would look pretty. So I'm going to do that. Yeah. I'm going to do that. And why? Because it's mine. Right? Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Okay, so we are going to glue like the other ones. So we're going to glue the negative pocket. probably should have thrown a little ink on there. This is quite the white cardstock on the sides, just to get that edge gone. And I'll throw a little ink on there. Okay. All right, so we glued the negative pocket. Now we just got to glue the picture pocket. Yeah, there's my little faux pas. Stuck inside a pocket. No one's the wiser. Nobody tells. Excuse me. All right. Okay. I love it. I absolutely love it. Too fun. All right, so got a little time to try to decorate this? I think so. All right. Well, I hope you like these pockets. I definitely do. I could definitely see making these in the future. They really are easy, even though they look like they could be very complicated. So, I wanted to show you too. I got, if you saw that freebie video recently, and I had the pile of things to be cut. I still have some to be fussy cut here. I haven't gotten to, but look at all the ones that I have gotten. Oops, that should be on that side. Look at all the ones that I've gotten cut already. Crazy. That could be fun on there. A little bit bigger than I'd like. But yeah, I just kind of went a little bit of crazy. A little bit nuts. Ooh, I like that one. Le Grand Hotel. Let's see, what else we got? Let's got some music notes with the red color. That could be fun. Pick a couple red things out here. Okay, let's see what we got there. All right, so let's see if I have any. Could totally use that for writing space. All right, so these I like to do 6 by 2.5 as a space. So cut this down to 6. And cut it down to 2.5. Oh, right, this is 6, isn't it? All right, so we're just gonna take that part off. The 6 by 2.5 I did for my bigger ones that were 7 to start. So there we go. There we are. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down. I mean, I don't think writing spaces have to be totally blank. I think they're okay when they got a little bit something on there. Yeah, totally fine. Beautiful. Okay, so this could be fun there. Adds a little pop of color to that. The doggy's cute. And then I could throw still a little bit big. You definitely put that there, but maybe I'll put the little girl with one of these. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. All right. if you haven't checked out, I will link the freebie video. If you haven't checked that out yet, definitely take a look. I mean, I found just pages and pages of freebie things. Now, I'm just going to say not all of them are clear as a bell. Some of them are a little bit grainy, shady, but for free. Can't totally argue about that. Yeah, a little pop of color, I like it. All right, let's get a little ink around these. It's got just a bit of white from the paper on the outside. Block Paris? I think that's okay. I don't think it's necessary to say Paris. The Grand Hotel. Oh, I think I was going to put that up there, wasn't I? Well, I guess we changed our mind mid-flight there somehow and didn't realize it. I think we'll do that. I like that color. It's kind of pinkish. Okay. Happy accidents, right? Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they lead to a cast, but happy accidents, we're okay with this one. All right, I think she didn't quite get trimmed at the bottom. Yeah, I sat one night watching a baseball game with my husband and cut all those labels. I guess I need another baseball game to finish the rest. Or maybe football, because you know football season started. I wonder how many football widows are out there, huh? That's okay. I don't mind. I definitely don't mind watching football. Especially at the beginning of the year when there's hope. Yeah, I like that. When it gets farther down in the year and there's less hope, I might start watching them a little less. But for sure, opening day, I will be watching. Yeah, that's cute. Okay. All right, so there we go. I love them. Absolutely love them. All right, so when you get inspired by something, like a photo, flap, negative pictures, and it brings you to this, where you'll be able to tuck something in there, tuck something in there, write something there. Yeah, fun stuff. So I got this one. Put this out of the way here. Let's recap. And I'm recapping. Bad joke. That was like a dad joke, wasn't it? Let's recap. Okay. So we have the ones that are made from the 12-inch scrapbook papers, cut down to 6 inches. This one I used the same paper and just flipped it around. You probably wouldn't even know it was the same paper the other side. This one I did use 2 different papers, so you do get really 4 different prints on that. So those are a little bit sturdier. And then I have my scrapbook paper ones, or digitals. You definitely could use scrapbook paper because this is as light as scrapbook paper. Let me grab it. It's part of a sheet. Scrapbook paper, you could definitely do the same thing where you cut this down to 12. But again, these thinner ones are usually white on the back. So unless you don't mind having white the inside here and where this part is, so it'd be white from the, you would want to call it the thumb hole up. If you don't mind that, like a normal inside of a picture, it'd be like this. This would be how it would be, white and white. If you don't mind that, having the colors where these colors are, then by all means use single-sided papers. I do not like the white, so hence double printing on digitals. I have done it where I've taken two scrapbook papers and glued them together back to back, and then cut them down. And that would totally work on something like if you had 12 by 12s glued together or something, because even if they're off a little, you're going to cut them down to 7 tall and then glue them together to make them 17. So could totally do that. But this one, fun with the leaves, right? I did not decorate these two, but looking forward to doing that. And this one, oh, and I forgot to, this is part of the freebie too. This alphabet one. It's in my, it was part of the freebie video, but there is a download in my Coffee account that has these, grab them here, where I have them, where I have organized them so you could print them out to make a journal. And I have these backs are on mine. They're not included with my download, but I did back them when I printed them. But I have them organized so that you can do your own journal with letters. There's also a smaller version where you can do accent pieces. That's all in the freebie video too, but that was part of that collection also, but I thought it really went well with that. So, all right, well, whew, that is going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this. I definitely have gotten a lot of new subscribers recently, so hopefully you've gotten a chance to watch this video and liked it and would like to stick around. Give us a thumbs up would be great. It helps spread the video so other people can see them. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell notification so you can see future videos from me. I'm always trying to figure out new ways to fold things. I've got a lot of videos up recently where it says new, never seen design that I try to do in my head. Some of them might work, some of them don't, but I think this one is a winner. So that is going to be it for me today. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.